this morning, DOJ attorneys face off against Governor Newsom's legal team at a federal appeals court after President Trump deployed the National Guard in Los Angeles. Trump posting, "If I didn't put the National Guard into L.A., the place would be burned down to the ground right now. I did incompetent Gavin Newsom," or how he says it, "who doesn't have a clue, the favor of a lifetime, one of the worst governors in history." Fox News contributor and GW law professor Jonathan Turley. Professor, thanks so much for joining the program.
Thank you, Lawrence.
So just on the merits here, this should be in the president's favor, but it doesn't look like it may be, considering the court's history, right?
Yeah, it comes down in some ways to the meaning of shall, because this is a law that gives the president the discretion to determine when we need to deploy those National Guard troops. That's usually something that courts do not second guess. But after giving him that authority, the next line says that order, the president's order, shall be issued through the governor. So what the governor is saying is that means I've got to sign off on it. And what the administration is saying, no, it doesn't. That is, when the Congress said that you had to give your consent or you had to request, it said so. It doesn't do that here. This is a mandatory duty on your part. In some ways, you're violating Title X by not giving that, issuing that order. But the thing to keep in mind here, getting away from those legal weeds, is that at the end of the day, the president is going to do exactly what he's doing in the sense of flooding the zone with federal personnel. There are a lot of federal employees under his control. He can't enforce federal law. And he just said a couple of days ago, he wants to ramp up enforcement. So whether they're National Guardsmen or whether they're ICE personnel or FBI personnel or Homeland Security personnel, he is going to enforce federal law.
It's all about the word shall. I'm going to be following that, Professor. I want to get your comments on this federal judge who's going to extend a block on Trump's Harvard international student ban, as another judge decided to dismiss the case of the teachers union suing the Trump administration for $400 million in cuts to Columbia. How do you think this is going to play out?
Well, Lawrence, this is another question of the discretion afforded to the executive branch. They're saying, look, Harvard itself said that it had failed to protect students, that it had rising anti-Semitic problems on the campus. Harvard is saying, well, you're just selecting us out for punishment here. The question is how much a court can second guess the administration, particularly when it comes to who is allowed into this country. That's going to be a very difficult question. So far, Harvard has prevailed. I haven't been that enthusiastic about, and I've criticized some of the efforts against Harvard, even though I've been a long critic of Harvard's. But the administration here is arguing for discretion, saying that legally the law gives us this right to make this key determination. That's going to go all the way through the courts as well.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem like there's any ambiguity. It looks like the executive they approved the process when it comes to the visas. So although you may disagree with them on the tools that they're using, I think they have the authority. But of course, the court is going to break that up, right, Professor?
Right. And in some cases, these judges are undermining their decisions. If you go back to the National Guard decision with Judge Breyer, in the hearing right before the No Kings protest, he referred to Trump as behaving like King George. And he said that, and he ended up, in the opinion, almost echoing some political talking points, saying that the president is creating essentially disorder by trying to bring order through the guardsmen. All that stuff tends to undermine the credibility of the court.
Yeah, you're right, Professor. Thank you so much for joining the program.
Thanks, Lawrence.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.